Okay, hi, I'm Megan, and then this is my colleague Whitney, who I've been coaching for the project that we've been working on this semester. And we just finished the classroom observations yesterday, and so now we are going to talk a little bit about what we decided to observe and what I did see in Whitney's class, and then as part of the write-up that I will post with this, I will analyze and kind of talk about what our next steps were. So when we started this process, we looked at the key principles of differentiation, and I had Whitney kind of read through them and make notes about things that she felt she was already doing in her classroom and stuff she would like to be doing. And based on those notes, we decided to focus on the differentiation of process, specifically with formative assessment. Given the time of year, we are all preparing our students for final exams, and most of that is focused on kind of assessing where they are at right now, what they need help reviewing from the teacher, what they can review on their own, and what they need to do in order to be ready to take the final exam. So we decided to look at some of the strategies Whitney was using to review with her students in her sociology class. So I'm going to have Whitney talk a little bit about those different strategies and why she chose them, and then I will analyze the rest of our conversation in my write-up.
So the first thing that I have them do is they fill out their own study guide. They have a couple days in class to work on it and finish it for homework. So when we start reviewing, I project the answer key on the board, let them self-correct a couple questions at a time. Some kids will ask questions as we go. Some will wait till the end to ask that they still have questions about certain things. One of the reasons I like to do this is so that they can compare what they thought to what I was thinking, and to what, the actual answer is. And so they're seeing the material, they're looking at it, and they're still writing it and correcting. So I really like that. I think they benefit from it a lot. And then usually there's time left over at the end of class. So we generally play a Kahoot, which, if you don't know what Kahoot is, it's basically a multiple choice game online where they get to use their phones. They really like it because it's a competition for time. They like the music for it. They're all kinds of crazy with it. Yeah. But it gives them the idea of, here are some of the questions that you could maybe see on exam, or what the questions will look like in an interactive and competitive way. The other thing that I also do is I usually play what I like to call board races, which are also competitive, but collaborative. So they're split up into two separate teams. Each team has their own dry erase marker and eraser. I ask them a question. They get to conference with their team. Or if they think they know the answer and don't want to conference with their team, they can also do that. Sometimes that backfires. But then the first person to have the correct answer on the board gets the point for the question, and so on. But I like doing that because it gives them a chance to talk through the ideas with other people in the class, as well as really gauge what they know versus what other people are telling them that they know.
I like that you do so many different things. So I think one of the things we talk about is student readiness, how prepared they are going into an assessment or an exam. So I think the first thing, making sure that all students have the same information, is really important. You're going to have those students that are your high flyers and finish the study guide so early, and then other students that feel like they've never seen that question before in their life. And when did you teach this? So yes. Making sure everybody has that level playing field is really helpful. And then I think using the different modes. So Kahoot, I think is fun because everybody's engaged, even those students that don't typically care about reviewing or don't typically care about class are excited to be on the board. They're excited to have a fun nickname. So they engage kind of against their will almost, but yes, still learn. And then I like that you include all the different levels of interest. So, being able to get up and move and run to the board and,
It also does the same thing in engaging the kids who don't want to engage because they know that somebody else is relying on them. Yeah. So they feel that peer pressure of I actually have to listen and answer and try. Right. Otherwise I am letting other people down.
So I think doing, I think it's easy to just stand up there and be like, I'm going to reteach everything and just re-lecture, kind of talk at them. But making sure the kids are involved in the review is super helpful. So I really liked coming into your class.
Thanks.
It was fun.
We try to make it interesting.
Yeah. And we have one more thing to do, which is going forward, like what our next steps might be. So I know we had talked about maybe looking at differentiated assessments for next semester. So we can kind of look maybe at what we did first semester and kind of identify things that could be easily differentiated to fit some of the things we've talked about. So
Awesome.
thank you.
Welcome.